Oh yeah. So I was going to play a song, but the song that I love to play, but I left it too late to like see whether it's copyrighted or not. It used to be okay to play, but I'm not sure if it's changed, and I need to check before I go ahead and play it. So what am I doing? Okay, Facebook, right, share the link, shared. Okay, yeah. So I might try to do it next time if I remember next time or feel like it next time putting it on. Oh, it's so beautiful though. If I could play it, I would. Let me just see if I can play it. I can't remember how you do it now. How do you check? I've played it before, but it's been fine. I just don't know. I just don't remember how to. How to check. I'll leave it. I'm not going to play around with it now. I'll leave it. I'll sing it to you instead. No, yeah, it's really beautiful. I'll play it next week. Just remember the. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, it's so lovely. Like you're being stroked. It's so nice. Okay. Carly Commando, I think her name was, but I don't want to look for it now and then put it on and then maybe the video gets taken off or something, or yeah, I'll leave it. You have to make do with my interpretation of it. I'm not doing it justice, believe me. Yeah, I know what it is. Who's that? Can't see your name. I just can't see. I just don't know whether I can play it. It's okay. We shall leave the song this week. Okay, so welcome to the stream. Yes. Happy Thursday. Gary P. Hi, Gary P. Yeah, so what's the thing called? You are it. I remember. You are it. Non-duality, you are it. You are it. What a wonderful subject. You are it. So while I remember, I'm going to be doing a talk within a workshop, a theatre workshop, with a friend. So I've put the link on Facebook and on my website, so you can find out about that and book on it through the link. It's going to be the 11th of December, I believe, so a month. But yeah, the link's on my website and on Facebook, so you can find it there. It was very nice to do an actual live talk. I haven't done one for many years, so that should be nice if you can attend. I'm not really sure what to talk about really this evening. Only the most amazing thing ever, which is that what is being looked for is what you are. The most amazing subject, the most amazing discovery, the most amazing message, the most amazing thing to talk about or discover or point out or express. That all that you long for, all that you project, meaning the mind, all that the mind projects and thinks it wants. None of that is true. None of that is what the mind's promising it to be. So maybe the mind saying that this is a real problem, and until this problem is solved, there won't be peace or happiness or love or joy. Until I've gotten this job, until I've gotten this next partner, this next car, this house, this problem, this illness resolved and healed, there can't be peace, there can't be joy, there can't be rest, there can't be freedom. And that is not true. That is totally not true. That is totally not true. And it's funny how we're conditioned into this future forward thinking, this future forward projection, when a 2-month-old, 3-month-old, so simple, they don't have that. They already have this, they already are this freedom. And there isn't any ideas about future. So a little baby is screaming freedom. This aliveness, this presence, this emptiness, this fullness. This existence. It doesn't need anything. It's never asking for anything. It never feels incomplete or as if something's missing. It never abandons this. It's always here, always fresh, always free. Only the person feels abandoned. Only a character feels abandoned. Only a character feels as if it's lost something, as if it's missing something, as if it needs something. Whereas this is free. This needs nothing. So this is a gentle remembering of what you are. Gentle remembering. And the reason why I'm saying gentle is because it's already here. It's not something that you have to look for and add on or piece together. It's already here. Can't not be here. So you could say it's like a relaxing back into that, like a energetic relaxing of that identification, that attachment to the character, to who you think you are in time, to that storyline, like a relaxing back out of that. The identification with the person, with the character. Relaxing back out of that. Not into something, not into an idea, not into a belief, not into an experience, not into a feeling. Relaxing back into what you are, which can't be named, can't be described, just simply what you already are, which isn't a thing, isn't a thing, has no description or no qualities, isn't a thing. And so the character plays, the character appears, the storyline appears, the storyline plays. but it's happening in what you are. It's no longer what you are. It's happening as part of what you are. But the whole of what you are can't be contained in a story, in a character, a personality, a quality, a label, a definition, a title. That's merely part of what you are. But the problem for the human is fully identified as that, as if that character is the entirety of who it is. I am someone independent, moving through time. That's me. I am someone in here. I'm a limited entity, a soul, a being in here. It fully identifies as that. But it's not true. And that's the discomfort of humans, living this lie of being a limitation. Living this lie of being a person, of being a someone, rather than it being a mere functioning, a mere way of a human functioning. It becomes like a reality, like a truth. And it just doesn't fit comfortably. It's unfulfilling. Because as a limitation, as a form, you can only have experiences of other forms, of pleasurable feelings, of pleasurable objects, or painful. You can only have limited experiences, which is unsatisfactory to have limitation. There's a longing for a deeper, permanent sense of wholeness, of love, completion, peace. And that can't be found in form. It can't be found in object. And that's the suffering of humans. The longing to find permanence, or the longing to find home. So to have that desire, that longing in the heart, that longing, it is such a auspicious, I think the word is, auspicious thing to appear. Like you're in prison and you're waiting to go home, wanting to go home. But if that is in your heart, that has to happen. That has to happen. If that is truly in your heart, that has to happen. Because nothing else will do it. Nothing else will quench that desire. So it doesn't matter which path is taken, it doesn't matter which way is presented. It's like if there's that desire to go home, then nothing can change that or direct you. It's all perfection. It will all happen the way it happens. Like a playing out of a movie, a playing out of a storyline. And the whole time that's playing, going left, going right, round the roundabout. It's total perfection. It's total perfection. That screen that the movie's playing on, that book that the story is written on, hasn't gone anywhere. It's right here. It's right here, allowing that story to be written, allowing that play to unfold. But it's right here the whole time. That seems to be happening. Nothing moving, nothing changing. How divine. Right here the whole time. Not moving, not changing. And that's all there is. This is all there is. We get hypnotized by the seeming story, hypnotized by the movie playing. There's a forgetfulness of what we are, of what this truly is. We're lost in the story, lost in the abstraction. lost in the entertainment, even though it's turned into a horror show at times. And the way out of it is not by following the map and having this magic key to unlock the door and down a winding staircase. Some crazy journey out of it. That could happen. And in a way, it does happen, in the sense of maybe just finding teachers and books and things. That's the way it appears. But the way out of it is seeing what you really are, that you aren't someone in that journey. Knowing what you are. But not knowing what you are as in a mental knowing. Being what you are, knowing what you are. By knowing what you're not. Seeing the illusion of that. Seeing the not truth of that. Seeing the playfulness of that. And then abiding in what you are. I say abiding because it sounds really nice, abiding in what you are. But what I mean is, I can't even say what I mean, but like there's not someone abiding in it. It's what you are. Like it's what you are. This is movement back to what you are. And what you can't possibly not be. Okay, so hi Melanie. Okay, this is a long one, so let me just put my Wi-Fi off. No, yeah. So you can, you can call in now. I'll just read Melanie's question, but you're free to now message or call in with any questions you have on Skype. My Skype is Rebekah Maroon. But Melanie's written already, so I'll go to Melanie. Melanie, hi Rebekah. I'd love to hear your connecting. Why is it connecting? I'd love to hear your perspective about what seems to happen here. There seems to be a swaying here from trying to understand and therefore remedy apparent issues that come up in the body and mind, to seeing that if no sensation or issue is claimed as mine, then it will naturally dissolve because it is not given attention. I don't know if the latter is just avoidance, or if the mind will just eternally seek to create and resolve issues where there aren't any in actuality. Thank you, lots of love. Hi, Melanie. Lots of love to you. Just to be honest here, just to be honest, sometimes when I read something, or even hear someone say something, sometimes I can't make sense of what's being said. Like the words are going in, but they're empty and they don't mean anything. It's really kind of so I sit here with having read that question or comment, and there's nothing, I can't make sense of it. Like it's yeah, I'll try and hone in a bit more on what's being said. I kind of feel like yeah, I think the mind will always try to understand. The mind will always try to fix potential problems and issues. So I agree with you in the sense that the mind will always do that and produce, have its fixing hat on and try to understand things. That's totally a natural functioning of the mind. That's its job. So that swaying you mentioned between being interested in that and then not being interested in that, seeing it for what it is, it's kind of like a natural sway where at some point it feels so important what the mind is saying and what it's trying to fix seems so important, and there's a lot of interest. Then there's an opening and a seeing that that's not true. That's not true. But yeah, the mind, you know, it's a wonderful tool actually, how it tries to solve things and understand things. It's how we grow, it's how we learn through that. But I don't really know what you're saying, if I'm honest. I can't quite grasp what you're saying in writing, but I feel like what you're saying ultimately is you're confused. You're confused as to what to do, essentially, what to do with it, or and that is the mind. That is part of the mind. the one who feels that it's the one witnessing that and has a choice in that. You can choose to focus on the mind, or it can choose to not and allow it to dissolve. Like that happens naturally. That happens naturally. It's not someone's doing, it's not the mind doing. This person who thinks it's doing, that it's in charge of awakening, it's doing it. It can choose. It's simply not true. It's part of that illusion. It's part of that dream. It's part of the mind. Part of the storytelling. Which way to go? Left, right? It's simply not true. This is it. 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 And here there is no confusion. It's so simply as it is. There's no confusion here. Confusion only lies in mind, in the mental. It can appear, but it's not true. Thank you, Melanie. I hope some of that resonated. Hi, Rebekah. Thanks for the talk. I really love your style of teaching. Oh, thank you. Please could you comment at all on energetic disturbances in the body and how it relates to non-duality? There is a lot of crazy activity in my nervous system and tension, resistance, etc. It seems like something is working itself out, but it's very hard to let go. Thank you. Could you comment at all on energetic disturbances in the body, how it relates to non-duality? Let me see. Energetic disturbances. Yeah. But if it's already working itself out, as you're saying it is working itself out, then why do you need to be involved in it? Why do you want to have control of that and involvement in that? Why does it feel important? If it's affecting you in your day-to-day living, then maybe you could go and have some kind of support to release it. I could be doing qigong, which I love now. Qigong, yoga, swimming, whatever. It could be anything. Exercising, running, jogging, whatever it is. Therapy, massage, acupuncture, anything. I think because it creates a lot of discomfort, and then there is habit to try to control. Yeah. So I would say then do something to help with that discomfort. Like I said, exercise or therapy to help release, the channels in the body, the meridians, do energy work to feel more physically comfortable. But it doesn't really feel like it has anything to do with like what's being spoken about. I mean, you could put it into a story and say maybe things are releasing, maybe there's been blocks of energy or something, or that are releasing. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter in terms of what you are, in terms of freedom, in terms of what you are. Like there's two different things. One is about the human and making the human feel more comfortable, and then the other is about non-duality and seeing beyond that. So the human's about time, and the other isn't about time. And they come beautifully together. Although they say they're two different things, they also sit beautifully together. But we often feel or mix them up and think that the human is about non-duality. So in fixing the human and making the human more comfortable is getting to non-duality. It's not about that. Non-duality is always here. This human appears, and you can fix and improve the human moving through time, but you are here always. This is a fiction. This is a character, a storyline. And naturally you want to have a better experience. This human character wants to have a full experience, wants to be healthy, wants to feel comfortable. But freedom is in discovering this, who you actually are. And then, yes, natural improvement of this happens. But always you are here. You are here. You aren't in time. Thanks. I guess I feel this is, so I feel like it's related because it is when I allow things to be quiet and come back into myself, it becomes more active and crazy and seems to make me fight against life and what is. Yeah, yeah. I wonder why that is. So when there's more quietness and more peace, this becomes activated. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I'm important. This is important. And this is the addiction. It's attaching to this as if it's who you are. This is the losing of who you are. identifying with this dream character, this storyline. So I wouldn't say it's ignoring this. It's really good and healthy to be aware of it, to be aware of what's triggering you, what are these stories saying. And when there is quietness, there is more noise here, because normally we're not kind of conscious of these deeper stories that are being spoken out internally. So in being quiet, you hear these stories more, you feel them more. They're probably always there, but because you're not aware of them, you're not aware of them. So I wouldn't ignore them. I would like become interested in them, but not interested in them like sounds crazy, but like it's good to know what your triggers are, what your stories are, what your pains are, what your attachments are, what your suffering is. What are you suffering? What are you seeking for? What's happening in the body? What's happening in your energy system? What's going on? It's good to know that and be aware of that. And that will result in a more easier experience of the character. But I feel you have to like you have to, without question, know who you are, because this will be endless storying, looping. There's no end to it. The death of the body is the end of this story, the end of this human expression. So it's knowing who you are that is primary. Thank you. Oh, I'm not online. Sorry, didn't put myself online. I'm away. Active. So feel free to call in. There's still time to call in if you'd like to speak live. Hi, Sebastian. Is it hopeless? Is it hopeless? No, it's not hopeless. It's not hopeless, Sebastian. That's a depressive thought. Is it hopeless? Oh, thanks. Was that enough for you? No. Thanks. Sebastian satisfied with that answer. Just straightforward, easy to please. No, it's not hopeless. It can only be hopeless to a person, to someone that can't get there. This isn't hopeless. This is all there is. Could you, Larry's is asking, could you speak about fear, panic attacks, if you have any time, please? Fear and panic attacks. Well, it feels very much in the chest, like in the chest area. A panic attack, or yeah, panic attack. That's where I feel it anyway, like in the lower rib area. Can I speak about it? All I can really say about it is that they're unpleasant. It's an unpleasant feeling. And the only way out of that would be to allow it. If you feel able, maybe you don't feel able to, it's too big, it's too much, to maybe get outside help to help you. But ultimately, even with that help, in my experience, you'd have to, at some point, deal with it. You'd have to face it at some point, head on. With all emotions and feelings, you have to face it. And that's not easy. It's not easy. Particularly if you've had years and years of it coming, then maybe it's quite a big thing that you've had for years and years. lots of fears and lots of suppressing it. So it's growing bigger and bigger, it feels. So maybe you could seek support with it. But I would suggest if you can, maybe just for a few seconds, just feel it. Just feel it. Allow it. You can also hear the stories it's speaking, what it's saying, what it's fearful about, the fearful stories that come out of it. But that can get a bit heady. So just allowing it to be there, just for a few seconds if you can, or longer if you can. But if you can't, then you can't. But there's nothing that can really destroy you. It's like the ocean, like the emotions can be so powerful when they come. So powerful. Even joy can be like that. And love can be like that. Really strong, powerful. Anger, like ripping through the body. Every cell is touched with that emotion, with that feeling, ripping through you, tearing you apart even. From your head down to your baby toe, your big toe. Every inch of you is fear. Every inch of you is joy. Every inch of you is love. Every inch of you is anger. Just letting it take you, letting it rip through you. It's such love. That's my suggestion anyway. But yeah, if you need therapy or support with it, then I suggest you look for that. But there's nowhere else to go. You can't escape from this, from life. Oh, thank you. Okay, maybe that's a good ending point. Yeah. Thank you for your question. So yeah, so beautiful to talk about this. So beautiful to express it and to be open to that, to everything. Really lovely. So thank you. And back on Thursday. Yeah, back on Thursday. So I shall see you all then. Okay, have a nice weekend. Lots of love. Bye. Bye.